Hi, I'm John, and in this short tutorial I would like to show you a great method for improving your ear, your sight singing and your sight reading. And it will especially help you with being able to hear the inner voices of chord progressions, which can be quite challenging. To demonstrate this, I've just created a really short and simple 4-part harmony example. And if you're not familiar with 4-part harmony, as the name suggests, it has 4 parts and each part has a name. And the top part is called soprano, and that's this one. And the next part is called alto and tenor, and finally bass. So as you heard, each part has its own distinctive melody, and when you combine these you get the harmony. Okay, so the actual method is just to sing one voice at a time while playing the others against it. And even though I say playing, I would actually suggest that you if you work with a notation program like Sibelius or Finale or something similar, you can just do what I do, and that is to take each voice and put it on its own stave. So you can see here, C, B, C, C, B, C. This is the soprano, the alto, C, same notes, G, 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 and so on. So it's exactly the same thing. It's just on each voice on its separate stave instead of 2 voices on each stave. And why you want to do this is so you have control over what's playing and not. So, and even if you don't have a notation program, you can just do this in your DAW, so in Logic or Cubase. But what you want to make sure is that you have the notation in front of you while you're doing this. So because what you want to do is to connect what you're singing with what you're seeing on the page, because that will really improve your sight singing and sight reading, and that's really important. Okay, so it's really easy to do this. I mean, it's simple, but it's maybe not easy. But it's you just take each voice in turn. So you start with the soprano, and you sing that while these 3 are playing. So I'm not going to sing for you in this video, and you're probably really happy about that. You should be. So I got a horrible voice, but the important thing is that you hit the notes right. It doesn't have to sound good, you just have to hit the right note. So don't be discouraged if you're not used to singing. That doesn't matter. It's just about hitting the notes, getting the right pitch. Okay. So in Sibelius, I just highlight the staves that I want to play, and then I can sing the top line. So you can hear we only have these 3 playing right now, so I could practice singing this part. And when I want to work on the alto, I just highlight the other 3, and so on. And I mean, this is the same in every notation program, and in Logic or Cubase or other DAWs, you simply mute the track you're going to sing. But in the beginning, it can actually be helpful to have all notes playing, as long as you're sure of your own melody. So you listen to what you're going to sing, and then you just play everything and sing that one, because then you get some extra support that you're not totally off while doing this. Okay, and I would suggest that you do this even if you're a decent or a good piano player that you actually don't play while you're doing this, because you want all your focus to be on the notation and the singing, and not on playing an instrument. So that's a suggestion. Okay, so oh yeah, another thing. So you can see here below, you get the solfege syllables. And solfege is sort of an ear training system that it's really, really powerful. And if you don't know what that is, you can check out my tutorial. You have a link below the video, and probably pops up on the screen right now as well. And you can read my thoughts on solfege. And you can also, I mean, if you Google solfege, you'll find hundreds of articles and books and whatever. So it's a great system, and it really, really helps your ear. And I wish I had known about it when I just started out with music, because for the first few years I really tried the intervallic ear training method, and while that's helpful too, it sort of doesn't give you the context of where you are in the scale. But anyway, that's for another video. But check out solfege, I highly recommend it. And when I work on this stuff, I always sing the right syllables, so, or try to anyway. So and you'll find that you'll really get into the habit of doing this, and you start hearing music in a different way. So it's kind of cool, and I highly recommend it. Okay, so what I want to do now is to just listen for each voice. So don't sing at home, and I'm not going to sing here. We're just going to listen to each voice in turn. So we're going to listen for the soprano first. So what we're listening for is this. Okay. So focus on that soprano line now when I play all of them. Here we go. Could you hear it? Once more. Okay, and now we'll go down to the alto, and this is just the same note, but it actually doesn't make it easier, because since it doesn't have a distinct shape, it tends to blend in more, so it can be harder to keep your keep focusing on that line and keep hearing it throughout the example. So I will try it anyway. So here we go. Okay, and also it's an inner line, and inner lines are always harder to hear. So once more. Okay, and the tenor. Okay, here we go. Once more. That's the line you want to focus on. And here we go. And finally we get the bass. So okay, so this is the line you want to focus on. Here we go. Once more. Oops. Okay, so what you want to hear is you want to hear the line that you're focusing on while hearing the other lines around it, if that makes sense. So you want to hear how that fits in with all the other ones. And if you try this on different chord progressions for a week or two, I'm sure you will be kind of surprised how much easier it is to hear, to separate all the voices when you're listening to music. And I mean, this is an ongoing process, and you'll probably improve. You can improve on this as long as you keep working on it. But it's a very important skill to have, I feel, and it will help you a lot when transcribing and composing and all that stuff. So I hope that helped, and if you have any questions or comments, you can contact me through my website, or you can just leave a comment below. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.